Bill. I have Jose.
Thank you.
Hey, Bill.
Hey, how's it going, brother?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. I'm Bill Hernandez. I'm the editor at rockbandreviews.com here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And we're looking forward to seeing you and Incubus perform at the Perfect Vodka Amphitheater on July 6th, right around the corner with Jimmy Eat World.
Yep.
Have you guys performed with Jimmy before?
It's been many years, but they've been a band just as long as we have. So over the years, we played festivals overseas with them, and things like that, but never gone on a proper tour with them. So we're excited to have them and Judah and the Lion.
Yeah. Oh, you guys are gonna have a blast, man. Looking back, I wanted to ask you, at what point in your life did you know you wanted to make music for a living?
I don't think it was really something I took seriously probably till late in high school, probably maybe right after we graduated high school. I mean, we'd been a band a few years, and we were growing exponentially, playing parties to clubs, to bigger clubs, and opening up for a lot of the bands that we looked up to, like 311 and Primus, here locally. And when we graduated, we kind of stuck around, our home area, just hoping we were going to get signed, pretty soon thereafter. But it took 2.5 years. So all of us sort of enrolled in colleges. Me and Brandon went to a local community college here, and Mike, Santa Monica. And it was right around then we were like, you know what, I think we can really do this seriously. Mm-hmm. And so we kind of stuck to our guns, and we sort of went to school, but sort of not, and really kind of did more music than anything. But we had to sort of appease our parents at the same time. So
of course.
We enrolled in community school and just sort of did that as we were still playing, as we were shopping our record. And it took 2.5 years, but we were able to do and set that goal and accomplish that goal. Which was the very beginning, first step of everything.
Right. Now, growing up, what are some of the bands or artists that you listened to that may have helped shape your playing style?
I mean, you mean as a drummer or as a band?
As a drummer and a band, like who were you listening to?
I guess it would sort of be one and the same, because all the bands that I listened to for the drummers, we were all into as a band. So a lot of the early to mid 90s alternative bands. So Soundgarden, 311, Primus. A lot of like those alternative bands, and before that I was into like Firehose and a lot of punk music from like the 80s. 7 Seconds, Bad Brains. But once this alternative sort of swing started happening, Chili Peppers, that really sort of inspired us because it was something totally different.
Yeah.
And as far as drummers, Tim Alexander from Primus was such a awesome drummer, and he had such a flash to his playing, very controlled, and Chad from 311 was another guy who was just completely controlled. He had amazing technical ability, and the music that they were doing was unlike anything we've ever heard.
Sure.
They were sort of mixing so many different things together too.
Mm-hmm.
So those were a lot of bands that inspired us that were kind of current at the time, but I also listened to Carlos Santana and Fish, and I listened to Queen and The Police. Stuart Copeland of The Police was still to this day one of my favorite drummers ever. One of my biggest inspirations. So I mean, there were still a lot of other things that we were inspired by as well. Mm-hmm. But currently, that was sort of the mood we were growing up in, and inspiring us to sort of kind of play in that sort of direction.
Now as a drummer, are you self-taught?
Yes, self-taught.
Awesome, man. Now, you guys have known each other for like a long time. I mean, going way back to when you guys were kids, I guess, a lot of you. So it's safe to say that you must all consider yourselves brothers, pretty much,
Yeah. I mean, we're a highly functioning, dysfunctional family.
Well, that's what I was getting to, because like real brothers, flesh and blood, do you find that after you're on the road for a little while, you tend to get on each other's nerves?
Not really.
Oh, that's good, man.
It's really funny. Yeah, no, it's really good. I mean, we've come a long way, and I'd say there's been moments in the band where, things have been a little, I wouldn't really say tumultuous, but
Yeah.
just, a little high.
Everybody has their days.
For different reasons, many different reasons. And so, like, coming out of that made us stronger and really, taking time off and getting great perspective on sort of ourselves as a band, as individuals. We kind of come back into the process really appreciating what we have and appreciating each other. So nowadays, like, we go out on tour and we have a good time. We really just have fun. And, it's like we go out and do what we love to do.
Exactly. Unlike other people that have to get up early in the morning and go to a job that they really hate. And I mean, speaking of that, before you you guys got signed your record deal and started doing this, did you have any odd jobs that you did?
Yeah, very random. I worked at this taco shop down the street from my house for like 2 years. For that two and a half years that we were trying to get signed, I worked at a little taco shop slinging burritos.
Nice.
For a couple of years, and just to pay for my everyday sort of things. And then a friend of mine had a dad who worked for a newspaper, so we would get paid like $20 an hour to go work from like 12 at night till 4 in the morning, stuffing plastic bags with newspapers. But it was quick money and good money. So
that's damn good money for them, man. Shit.
Yeah, this was 25 years ago. So,
yeah.
Mike came with me a couple times. Brandon did it a couple times, I think. Maybe not Brandon, but definitely Mike. But just odd things,
Yeah.
Brandon and I worked at a coffee shop, but we were lucky. We were definitely like able to sort of like sustain what we were doing. Also with the help of our parents, still living at home.
Yeah.
We all were. So it was cool. It was good.
Now tell us about the new album 8 and like what went into the making of it, and what was it like working with Skrillex in the studio?
That was kind of the longest time we've ever taken making a record. So yeah. Mike and Brandon sort of got together at first for like probably 6 months, just coming up with really, really basic melodies and chord structures, which is not untypical, but for them to really spend a lot of time putting that together, because we've always started with a melody or a guitar, riff or a couple of guitar riffs, and then throw it in the melting pot. We just spent more time doing that, or they did. Then got into the studio, and for like, I don't know, a few weeks, we had a batch of good skeletons, and once we kind of throw it in the pot, like, there's a chemistry when we all get into a room. So we just threw it, threw all of our energy at it, and came up with a batch of really solid songs. And Sardi came in towards the end, just sort of helping us and throwing out ideas. And then once we had like 7, 8 solid ideas, then we went to the studio to record them proper. And that's where sort of, all the fine tuning came, So we spent, probably a few months recording my drums. I did in like 7 days. Then we moved over to Sardi's studio in LA and finished the rest there. And Skrillex didn't come in till literally we were done with everything. The mixes were done, the recording was done, and he was really inspired. He came in as a friend and as a listener and as a fan, and just was really inspired by this one song. And was like, "Yo, can I take this song right now and just
wow.
I hear a couple things, can I just mess with it?" And we were like, "Yeah, go for it." While we were listening down to other stuff, he came back like an hour later and just he chopped a couple of things, and he really kept the integrity of the song the same. He just did little fine tuning, and it was more of a mix balance that he did.
Yeah.
That sort of brought out this color and this clarity to the songs, and we were like blown away. So we were like, that's amazing. So over the next few weeks, we were playing all these songs, and then whenever that one song came on, it just stood out every time and to everybody. So we were like, I wonder if we could do a few more songs. So finally, Mike was able to get some time with Sonny, and we all went in the studio to get a few more, and he did the entire record.
Oh, wow.
And then at that point, we were like, were like, okay, this is done. This is complete. And Sonny is such an incredible just artist, you know, and he thinks quick and he moves quick, and it was just his energy is like just, I mean, it's so inspiring, you know. So it was really fun, and it just really was the cherry on, you know, on top of the cake. So it was fun. It was great.
Sweet.
Hey, Bill, if we could just wrap up with one more question.
Sounds good.
Okay, awesome.
All right, Jose. So what's next for you in Incubus?
You know, just start. We're really at the beginning of this record cycle. You know, it came out in April. We're going to start with this U.S. leg, and then we're going to South America for a little bit. A few more shows in the U.S. through October, and then we'll do, you know, probably South Pacific Rim, getting Asia. We'll go to Australia, New Zealand, probably for a month. Then Europe for a couple months. Maybe come back here. I mean, it'll be 18, 24 months of pushing a record, you know.
Well, you guys are certainly living the life, and I thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule to talk with us. We're looking forward to see you in a couple of weeks, and if we can come back and say hi, that'd be awesome.
That'd be great. Thanks for your time, Nick.
All right, man. We'll see you later. Bye. Nick?